Hey guys, Red Eyes 1-5 here, bring you a video going over the different archetypes we have in Duel Links, and what I mean by that is the different archetypes we have in Duel Links that have xyzs monsters. Now, Brad did a video similar to this where he was talking about the xyzs monsters we could see coming to Duel Links when zexal come out, possibly around the 29th. But this one, I'm just going to talk about the archetypes we do have in Duel Links and the xyzs monsters these archetypes have to offer. Now, this one was a last minute addition just because of the leaks that will be in the description of the video so you can go check it out. But anyway, let's get right into the video. I see you over in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Now, the first archetype we're going to go over is Madoche. So let me just change over to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Alright, here you are over in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, and Madoches have three xyz monsters. And the first one we got here is Madote Pudding Chocolate Mode. Yep, that's the name. Chocolate Chocolala Mode. Okay. But anyway, this monster, to actually summon it, it takes two level 5 earth monsters. But I'm pretty sure this one, if it does get added to Duel Links, it'll probably be later. It just depends how they feel like xyz summoning on day one. But you can also exceed some of this card using a rank 4 or lower Madoche xyz monster. So basically, it's one of the xyz monsters that can be like, oh, you already have xyz, just go into me for free. But anyway, besides that, once per turn, you can target one Madoche card in your graveyard, which they don't really stay there. So, well, it will stay there if you detach for xyz material, but see, target one Madoche card in your graveyard, shuffle into the deck. While this card has Madoche pudding chest has material. When a Madoche card in your graveyard is shuffled into the main deck during the damage step, you can detach one xyz material from this card, special summon one Madoche monster from your deck in attack position. Now that effect's not too bad for Madoches, but I would have to like read over some of them because I do have Madoche deck in Duel Links, but right now that one kind of seems weak sauce, even though you be spell summon a lot. But because this card only uses two monsters, unless you try its other method with the other two XCs you're about to go over, you can only get its effect off possibly once. Well, technically you get its effect off only twice. But if you do it this way, it will probably be 3 times you get to use this effect, considering if you don't use the other two. But speaking of the other two, we got Madote Queen. I'm not gonna try to say that. I'm gonna butcher that. She takes two level 4 Madote monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one XC material from this card. Basically, one of the cards you use to summon it. Then target up to two Madote cards in your graveyard. Shuffle those cards into the deck. Also, after that, shuffle cards your opponent controls into the deck up to the number of Madote cards you turn. Now, that is an amazing effect. I would abuse this. And this seems like more in line with what you could see in Duel Links. Because basically, you get this effect 2 times. And if you somehow ended up with Madote cards in your graveyard, you can throw 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard back into the deck. Stop them from using their graveyard effects. And now the last one we have here for Madoche is Madoche Teacher Glass Opal. Okay, 2 level 4 monsters. Quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, target one Madoche monster on the field. This turn, that face-up monster is unaffected by monster effects except its own. The Madoche card is sent to your graveyard while this card is on the field, except during the damage step. Then shuffle up to 2 cards from the graveyard into the decks. You can only use each effect of. Yeah, so these two will be the best in my opinion. Because this one's saying basically get rid of one of the cards you use to summon it. and then you can go ahead and protect your Madoche from card effects. And if a Madoche goes back to the deck, you get to shuffle 2 cards in either player's graveyard back into the deck. And now that's good crowd control for decks like Dark Magician that's going to be trying to use their Navigation's effect in the grave, or any other deck that have graveyard monster effects. Okay, so let's go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro real quick. Well, not Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, back to Duel Links, because I believe the next archetype we have to look at now would be Brotherhood the Firefist. Yep, Brotherhood the Firefist. Now, if you don't know what that archetype do, basically the whole stick is that you have to play the 5 formations from the deck for free. And then besides that, after you do play your Firefist cards, you also get to, well, send them to the graveyard to use some of these monsters' effects. But anyway, the first Brotherhood of Firefist monster we have is Brotherhood of Firefist Tiger King. He takes 2 level 4 Beast Warriors, which is most of the archetype. When this card is xyzs, you can set 1 fire formation spell or trap directly from your deck. Once per turn, you can detach 1 xyz material from this card, negate the effect of all face-up effect monsters currently on the field. Now see, we already got the whole Smug Lolly Witchcrafter, so he does something similar. Until the end of your opponent's turn, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send 3 fire formation spell and trap cards you control to the graveyard and spell summon 2 level 4 lower Beast Warrior type monsters with the same attack from your deck. Okay, now this is kind of good. It's just like the only thing is you're losing some of your fire formations, 3 of them. Well, in Duel Links, that'd be all of them. And then you just get 3 monsters back that will set more copies of it from the deck. This is kind of good. Let's see, Brotherhood the Firefist Cardinal, 2 level 4 Firefist monsters with you can detach 2 material from this card. And okay, but anyway, you can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 2 Firefist/Fire Formation cards in your graveyard, or face up on the field, and 2 cards in your opponent's graveyard and face up on the field, and then stuff those targets back into the deck. Now this one is good because you get to recycle your 5 formations, and currently in Duel Links, we do not have a way to do that for the Brotherhood of Firefist archetype. And the last Firefist xyz monsters I have to go over is Lion Emperor, which his effect is once per turn you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 fire monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Also, you cannot normal or spell summon that monster or a monster with the same name for the rest of the turn. Okay, so he basically just keep you from replaying copies of fire monsters. But it could be pretty good. Oh wait. Well, they can get the lava golem back, but they just won't be able to play it that turn. Oh boy. Okay. But anyway, back to Duel Links to see the next archetype we're going over. Well, next archetype xyz we're going over. Okay, Evil Tau, aka Evil Sword. And the links, well, the xyz will tell you the last evolution of these monsters. But anyway, this is the archetype that we've been getting from Hasselberry over the years. And, well, let's go ahead and look at the monsters. If you don't know, the whole stick is they will try to get rid of the reptiles. And then once they get into the reptiles, they go into the dinos, which will be where most of your hard-hitting plays will be from. Now, I did have a deck with, well, I do have a deck with them in Duel Links, and I've been able to win 1 game with them, but I haven't really tried anymore after that because I was playing against the Ooga Booga Dark Magician deck, and I'm pretty sure that if I would have kept playing, I would have got clapped. But anyway, over to Evil Source. Yeah, Evil Source now. But anyway, this one takes 2 level 6 dinos. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. While it has xyz tool, when your opponent spells summon a monster, you can get rid of one of the cards used to summon it from this card and destroy that. Now, Duel Links, this will be a very powerful effect because that's all that people do at this point is special summon. So basically, you can get rid of one to two dinosaur monsters you use to summon him that will be put behind the card and just destroy that monster that they just special summon. So, say Dark Magician just did the whole navigation combo, you'd be able to detach one xyzs material from this card and then destroy that card. Now, I think though with this effect, you only be able to destroy one of the two Dark Magicians, meaning they would still get that circle effect off. I'm not for sure if you can destroy both monsters that were special summoned, but let me know in the comment section. Okay, we also got Evil Sword Lakia. During either player's turn, this card takes 2 level 4 dinosaurs before I keep going. But anyway, during either player's turn, when a monster would be normal summon or special summon or a spell trap card is activated, you can detach 2 XC materials from this card, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy this card or destroy that card. So this card only gets one shot at its effects. So be careful on what you negate. And then last but not least, we have Evil Czar Doka. And just like the last one, he takes 2 level 4 dinosaurs. But during either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated, you can detach one XC material from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Now, this will be another good card. And I don't know if these cards would make the deck like more playable in Duel Links, but it would make the deck at least more fun. But anyway, back to Duel Links to see what else we have to go over. Constellars. If you don't know, we got this archetype through Sarah and the Unknown Duelist in their events, and also Sarah has most of these cards has level up rewards. But anyway, for people that really wants to learn XC summoning, I say this is the archetype to actually try out because basically they will spam the board with themselves and you'll be able to XC summon with ease. Just make sure you have the right material for say XC's monster you're trying to summon. Like you could probably go into Utopia with these monsters really easy. But anyway, let's go over the lots and lots of Constellar monsters. Now, I'm pretty sure Brad went over this in his video. Constellar Potami M7. Sorry, I thought I could say it, but I couldn't. But anyway, you can also XC summon this card using a Constellar XC monster you control as the XC material. Once again, I believe this might be a XC summoning mechanic that we'll get later on down the road. But anyway, if summoned this way, the following effects cannot be activated this turn. Once per turn, you can detach one XC material from this card and target one monster on the field in either flag graveyard. Sorry. Turn that target to the hand. Okay, so this one is pretty good. Then we got Stellar Knight. And sorry that I didn't bring this up before, but Stellar Knight is still Constellar Knights. They just upgraded. But this one takes 3 or more level 5 monsters. Level 5 light monsters. During your main phase 2. So this might be one of those cards that they was talking about with Lava Golem that might get adjusted because we don't have a main phase 2 in Duel Links. But you can also XC summon this card by using a Teller Knight XC monster you control has XC material except Star Knight Constellar Diamond. XC material attached to that monster also become XC material this card. While this card has XC material, the player can send cards from the deck to the graveyard. And any card that returns from the graveyard to the hand is banished instead. When a player's turn, when a opponent's dark monster activates its effect, you can detach one AC material from this card, get the activation, and if you destroy it. Wow, so this card right here alone stops the whole Lightsworn deck, and it also stops Witchcrafters from adding their cards or the spell cards back from the graveyard to the hand. Like this is a shutdown for both those decks, and even watch Leviathan Dragon a bit. But anyway, let's keep going. Okay, we got Constellar Platius. Eh, that's those basically the best pronunciation you're gonna get from me. But anyway, it takes 2 level 5 light monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach 1 AC material from this card, then target 1 card in the field, return that to the target's hand. Okay, so that seems like the constant thing with the xyzs. They like to bounce stuff back from somewhere. And I believe we have either 2 or 3 more of them. Okay, Constellar Parsaps. This one takes 2 level 4 monsters once per turn during the damage step or either player's turn. When a Constellar monster you control is attacking or being attacked, you can detach 1 AC material from that card, that monster, and gain 1000 attack until the end of the phase. So this one boosts. Okay, sorry. But this one boosts your Constellar monster's attack by 1000, basically if they attacking or being attacked. But that's up to you if you want to use that effect 2 times. Then we got Constellar Omega, 2 level 4 light monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach 1 AC material from this card or Constellar monster you currently control or unaffected by spell and traps. Another powerhouse one. See, Constellar Hades. This one requires 2 level 3 light monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 AC material from this card. Change all monsters your opponent controls to face up defense. That's pretty good. Alright, so now that we've gone over the Constellar monsters, I believe we have 2 more archetypes to go over. And that will be Ghost Tricks. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over and check out some Ghost Tricks and Wind-Ups. Now, Wind-Ups I'm actually have to look up because these were found for me last minute when the leaks came out for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Link. So, yeah, give me a moment. Alright, here you are with Ghost Trick, Angel of Mischief. And if you like Exodia, I believe this is the one that'd be similar. You just have to work really hard at completing her effects. But anyway, you can also, this card is 2 level 4 monsters. And you can also exceed some of this card by using a Ghost Trick. Exceed monster you control has the XC material except Ghost Trick, Angel of Mischief. Exceed material attached to those monsters become this ones. And then also, when the number of XC material on this card becomes 10, you win the game. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XC material from this card, add 1 Ghost Trick, spell, and trap card from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can attach 1 Ghost Trick card from your hand to this card has XC material. So, in short, if you want to win, this card needs 10 XC material. But like I said, it's a part that exceeds some of the mechanic where you would basically use a XC monster you control and basically go into this for free. So basically, it's just like you have this one that we're about to go over, and you just XC straight into this. Meaning you already have 3 XC material, and you use your Ghost Tricks, spells, traps, and monsters to keep adding Ghost Trick cards until you get that 10 to get the W. Anyway, over to Alucard. Ghost Trick Alucard. 2 level 3 monsters. Monster your opponent control cannot target face-up Ghost Trick monsters or any face-down defense position monster for attacks, except this one. You can detach 1 XC material from this card, then target 1 set card your opponent control. Destroy that target. You can only use the effect of Ghost Trick Alucard once per turn. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 other Ghost Trick card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. So now I'm curious if I actually have this card in my Ghost Trick Subterra deck because this card is pretty good. Okay, next up we have I already know the first part is Ghost Trick, but I am not Boss. I know I butchered it, but anyway, two level 2 monsters. While you control another Ghost Trick monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. Once per turn, you can detach one XC material from this card and target one face-up monster on the field with attack less than or equal to the combined attack of all Ghost Trick monsters on the field. Destroy it, and if you do, that monster's zone cannot be used as long as you control a Ghost Trick monster. So yeah, and I believe there's one more, and I just noticed that there's literally 3 archetypes that I did not have listed in there. But anyway, this one takes 2 level 1 monsters. This card gains 200 attack for each Ghost Trick you control. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one XC material from this card, target one face-up monster on the field, half its attack until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one other Ghost Trick card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. Okay, so it recycles Ghost Trick cards for you. Nice. And then I did say we were going to do wind-ups, but I just noticed I have 3 archetypes that I have not done yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, people, is actually split this up into another video, possibly going up on Monday. Yeah, definitely Monday, because this video is already starting to become longer than it needs to be. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Tell me if there's any other archetypes and duel links that we have that I missed out that might have xyzs monsters. Now, there are some that I did keep out this on purpose because, well, they only have one. I might do that in the next part of this video. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.